There we go. What's going on, brother?
What's going on, guys? How you doing? Can you hear me?
Doing well. Yeah, I can hear you. Sounds good. Like that hat too. I'm jealous.
Let me know next time I'm coming up. I'll bring you one. Or hey, I'm supposed to see
Nice.
you. I'll grab you one from the office. I got him in the office.
Ooh, okay. All right. I'm excited now. The show's over. I got my hat, so we're done. No need to continue for today. Have a good one. The heck just happened? James, if
Hey,
you're
hey,
still
hey,
there, are,
you lost two of your 10 minutes on that rock song you guys played at the beginning of the show.
come on. That's like 30 seconds tops. I swear.
How you guys
Yo,
doing,
guys,
man? You guys ready for Thanksgiving or what, man?
No, not even
as ready as I
close.
can be, I guess.
Look at the
You
lighter.
guys don't have
Oh
a
yeah, yeah,
turkey yet?
We don't.
Actually, not only do we have a turkey, we just dropped off two more
Yeah, actually, yeah.
to the baskets that they do here locally
Yeah.
for some of the underprivileged families. Cigars
Oh
Support
yeah.
donated a turkey. Our family donated a turkey, so that's really cool to see the people helping out other people like that.
Hell
And
yeah.
another big thing that helps out during the holiday season, especially Thanksgiving, is smoking a Mr. White Gold.
Yeah, that definitely helps,
It's
That's
probably one of the
definitely a
biggest
winner
helps
right
out
there.
there.
I don't know. I don't know.
I'm,
It sounds like a great call, but I'm gonna go with the last Cowboy Maduro.
yeah,
That's what I'm picking. So,
you're
I
old
mean,
faithful.
yeah,
But
you
I
have
will.
no idea. I think I might smoke too many. I might actually have a problem. That's the first time I'll admit it on camera. It's
Hey,
too many.
it's not a problem if you enjoy it, bro. It's only a problem if you go to meetings.
I will show that off. Got those beautiful Lanceros in here.
Limited edition, guys. Limited edition.
I do love the way they came. I actually wanted to get you on the show for. I wanted to ask when you guys decided to do the 3-pack to have all of the different ones in there. I love the idea.
Well, everyone kept asking me for a Lancero, and um, I love Lanceros. I would love for every line to have a Lancero in it, except it's not the best selling size in the world. So,
Right.
yeah, it doesn't make sense. Like, I didn't want to add a red, white, and black, make the box, put in the money for the boxes, and just because I didn't know how. I mean, these are selling phenomenally well. It went way faster than we expected. But again, they're limited. It's not something that you could constantly buy. We have another batch coming in January, and then after that, we have nothing in the works. So same thing with the Destros. So next year we might do another run, but it's going to be decided next year. It's not going to be decided now. So everything technically for next year is already in, except for like stuff that I do private blends for people for. So it might get added onto it. No one knows, but buy them up while you got them.
Right.
That's a good call. I mean, don't sit on them. That's why they're in the shop. They're ready to go right now. We do have them out for a display now. They're already starting to move, so I'm very excited to see that.
Yeah.
Jeff's having a Lancero right now as we speak. Lanceros don't get the appreciation they deserve. I think if people realize how much flavor and how much experience you get from them, they would sell a lot better. I think they just need a little more spotlight.
100%. But it's kind of like it is making a comeback. Lancero definitely is. It's selling a lot more than it used to, and the 6x60s are kind of falling off. Which is it's weird, dude. When I came in the industry 20 years ago, Bellicoso was it. Everyone wanted Bellicoso. You wouldn't. That's all you wanted to get. Now Bellicoso doesn't move. Then 5 years ago, Robusto was hot. Now Toro has replaced Robusto, and the 6x60 is not as hot as it used to be. So there's a lot of there's a lot of different things happening constantly, and hopefully, if it does, that Lancero does make its creep move back into the industry. I definitely know that Cowboy, white, black, red, and even the white gold would probably end up with a Lancero, just because I would love to smoke them all the time.
Now, do you think the reason for the Lanceros kind of making a comeback is due to the fact that because of COVID, we got a lot of new smokers and a lot of guys are getting into boutique cigars. They know
Yes,
they know the main players, but they're getting into those smaller guys. And they've heard about Lanceros because of the flavor profile you get from them, which the ratio you get from wrapper to filler. and they want that experience. And so because you have this influx of new smokers wanting these small batch cigars, they want it in a Lancero.
And I feel like the influx of the new smokers, because of everything being craft and because of social media and the consumer learning, I think all the new smokers that are coming into the industry right now are guys that want to learn, you know. So if they're watching podcasts, if they're watching, you know, shows like you guys, if they're doing research, if they're listening to manufacturers, you're going to hear manufacturers talk about Lanceros, and then you're going to go to a shop and you're not going to find any, you know. So um, I think what's happening is the education level in our industry has gone up like immensely, where before, you know, it was shunned to walk into a shop. I remember when I got in the industry 20 years ago, it was like right at the brink. You know, you would walk into some shops and you would get shunned if you didn't know what you were talking about. So it made the consumer not want to go back, or it made the consumer not want to ask a question because he might seem dumb in the store, you know. Now, 9 out of 10 stores are all about educating, you know. Even in some of the, like, if you see like some of the older, it's like some of the stores that were like that, where you would walk in and you would feel shunned. Now they have a younger manager running the shop. So now that's kind of out of the, you know, so the younger manager, same thing. He's in his 30s to 50s, educated, likes to learn about what he's doing, you know. So he wants to know about the little craft, you know, what the differences and the nuances is. So now when a new guy walks in, he loves sharing, you know, and that's kind of like my thing too. Like I love teaching people, you know, oh, this is a myth, or this is real, or this is somewhat real, but you know, this is the myth part to it. You know, just there's a lot of that kind of hung in our industry because of like the old, like, you know, there was a time where actually they were telling people that the cigars were rolled on virgin thighs, you know, like it's just ridiculous, you know what I mean? And they're still Frankie still dreams about that every night. But you know, like that's obviously a myth.
I will say though, that analogy you gave is exactly what happened when we started this show. We went into a different lounge that's no longer around, and when we spoke to the manager, I asked him some questions because this is before we were really into cigars, and it felt like I was bothering him. When I asked him questions about cigars, so we never went back. Yeah. We came here to Cigars and More, and Trina was more than helpful. She said, "Try these. Let me know what you think. Bring back the ones bands that you like, and we'll go from there."
I mean, we clearly bothered her the whole time, but she didn't show it, which is the best part.
Yeah. See, that's the thing. It's like, yeah, of course. It's like, look, I used to be a shop owner too, and yeah, sometimes like I'll be sitting there 12 hours a day. You know, it gets a little annoying, but I was always like, even the dumb questions, I still don't think there's any dumb questions. I would always try to answer everyone perfectly. And I remember even as a shop owner, dude, I remember one time somebody came into my shop, and the older guy, and again, back to where myth, you know, doesn't mix with really what happened. So I was really good friends with the Ashton rep at the time. So I was asking him to get me Opus account. This was like 20 years ago. So the Ashton rep's like, hey, just sell more VSGs, obviously, because it's his brand. He makes more money me selling Ashton. So I was like, bro, VSG and Opus have nothing to do with each other. He's like, yeah, but the VSG and the Opus is the same cigar, just different wrapper. So some dude walks into and it's the truth. If you look into it, that's actually what it is. I don't know if it's different now, but 20 years ago, that's what it was. So some dude walks in, asks for Opus, like later on that day, and I'm like, hey, bro, we don't have any Opus, but VSG's right there. It's the same binder and filler. You know, this is that. He looked at me, and I don't know if you're allowed to cuss on the show or not, but I'm not going to do it. But either way, he looked at me, and he was like, you're a effing moron. You have no idea what you're talking about. What idiot I swear, I'm not kidding. I'm not exaggerating anything. He just lied to me so bad that I thought I was wrong. So I actually called the Ashton rep when I walked out. And I was like, hey, bro, why'd you tell me these lies? And he's like, no, man, that's the truth. And I was like, dude, this guy just came in here cussing me out because I told him that. So, you know, like, that's, again, that guy probably fell into a myth story somewhere about Opus, and it, you know what I mean? So, like, even the consumers, it was hard to deal with back then, too. So I love where our industry is at right now. And I love the fact that everyone wants to be educated. Everyone wants to know what's going on. But it happened both ways back like 20 years ago.
Now, I got to ask you real quick before you finish that story. Do you remember what Opus it was that he was saying was similar? Because we have Opus and we have VSG here, so I would love to smoke those back to back and see if they're similar.
All the regular Opus and all the regular VSG, not the ESG. From what I remember, or from 20 years ago, they used to have the same binder and filler.
I'd still love to try them today and see if they're similar.
Yeah, Eduardo right there. That's my brother right there. He does a good job. He hopped on that deal. Got some good stuff. He knows what he's talking about. I trust this guy. I appreciate that because he is right there. Those things are phenomenal.
Yeah, bro. Just I can't wait till the people get to try what's next.
Oh yeah. And I just want to continue in the education part. I want to show this off too because I'm trying to make it a little fancier so we can show off the box a little better. There we go, guys. This is what I'm smoking right now. And then Frank, I got yours too.
Cool.
So you can see that is the last Cowboy Maduro. Got that Candela tip, which is a really nice, just a little extra refreshing flavor to start it off. Gonna be very happy with it. I've been happy with it for years. One of my favorite cigars. I know I'm saying a lot about it, especially since we got other stuff to talk about.
I want to ask you though, between the Candela foot of the last Cowboy or the unfinished foot of the HV, which do you prefer?
The Candela foot.
Really? Okay.
It's just got that really nice extra flavor to it that you get just in that beginning.
Yeah.
And I really appreciate that. It really is a refreshing little extra. And I love that.
Yeah, I unfortunately would have to agree with Miguel. Not unfortunately, but you know the shaggy foot is literally there. For me, it's different because the shaggy foot is there, so you could taste the cigar with just the binder before you get to the wrapper on the HV, right?
Right.
But I've smoked that cigar with a binder only so many times that luster has kind of fallen off for me. You know what I mean? So like, I don't the Candela. I think on the front end of that Cowboy provides it builds up the cigar for you. You know what I mean? And that's what I kind of love about that Candela, because there's not that many Candelas out there that's gonna actually help with the flavor profiles. Usually Candela just takes over the flavor profile.
Now you do have the Mr. Candela, which for a lot of people throws them off because they're not used to the idea of a double wrapper cigar. For that one, you know, I heard you had some issues trying to get that one made because of the whole idea of a double wrap cigar. That's not a barber pole. Is that right?
Yeah. So the factory kept like arguing with me, and then the first run we did 2 years ago, I actually went back in the factory and I saw like they hadn't put the other wrapper underneath, so we like pulled everything. And they had to re-roll all of the cigars again, like literally 8,000 cigars. It was insane, right? So like it just 8,000 cigars went to waste, and we had to re-roll everything again because even though I communicated it, yeah, I know, huh? But yeah, even though I communicated to them that this is exactly how I want it, they still didn't believe me, and they rolled it however they thought it was gonna, which was they thought that I had meant. You know what I mean? So.
Right.
Mr. Candela.
Yeah, and then you know, when I got him, I unrolled a lot of them to make sure it was rightly done. But yeah, they're like, there's no reason to hide a beautiful wrapper under another wrapper. It doesn't make sense, and you know, like it really doesn't. And it does take away from the look of that wrapper. You know, you could use binder grade, but you know, it wasn't that much, because if you look at the price point from the Candela to the Mr. Red, which it's the Mr. Red, the price point hasn't jumped that much. You know what I mean? And I wanted that experience to be for the consumer, even though it's not necessary, you know. But again, that's what I wanted, so that's how we got it done across. But and then when, you know, because it has to go back in the mold after the wrapper's on, so we could put the other wrapper on top, it kind of like crinkles up the wrapper. So when it's in the mold, it comes back to looking like a binder, you know. But at the end of the day, that's I felt like you'd get more from a grade A wrapper on the Maduro, and that's why I wanted to make sure it was a grade A wrapper underneath it, you know.
Now the wrapper on the Mr. Red is which one again?
San Andreas Maduro.
San Andreas Maduro. So you think there could be something in the works where you take a Mr. Red, throw that Mr. Candela tag on it, and then barber pull it up with some more San Andreas on the outside?
Gosh dang.
I think that's just redundancy, bro. It's like putting a binder and filler as the same thing. It's over redundant. You kind of don't need that unless you're kind of wanting to, like, let's say, make that tobacco stand out more in the blend than anything else. But like, it's kind of redundant. You kind of don't need to keep adding more and more San Andreas. It's not going to do anything more. It's just going to kill off the balance of how much it's already killing the grass, you know.
Right.
Fair. Yeah, that makes sense.
Get this band off real quick.
I'm really interested in trying when I get back to the DR, which might be this year, but I don't know if I have enough time. But I want to work with some under fermented tobacco. I want to see if I can get a consistency where I can under ferment the tobacco, and always get the same under fermentation. You know, whether it's the lack of if I decide to not give it more sugar, whether it's the water lack or whatever it is, I want to see if I could constantly make the same flavor profile with under fermenting. So that's kind of one of my goals that I want to meet. I just don't know if I'm going to be able to meet it this year or not, because we're going to try to open the factory this year and all the other extra good stuff we got going on. So I just don't know if I have the time to play like I used to.
Right.
Dang, that sounds like an ambitious goal right there, though. That's going to take a little time, but if you get that working, I cannot wait to taste it. That sounds awesome.
Yeah. I think there's a whole flavor profile that we're kind of missing in the industry that we could kind of get from under fermentation. Now, if we can get the consistent under fermentation, now that's the question. Maybe people have tried it and it hasn't. That's why they've never tried using it, but you know, it's worth it for me to kind of and see if, because it's like I'm easy under ferment. That's just getting constant under fermentation, the same flavor profile over and over again. It's kind of my goal.
Oh shoot! Sorry guys, we got a spam call on my phone and they don't block. Yeah. If we cut out for a second, that's because we're getting spam calls.
Yeah.
Love it.
Okay. So pretty much what I was saying is I kind of want to under ferment and make sure we could get a constant under ferment. So the problem is, like, you can under ferment, that's very easy, but can you get the same flavor profile every time you under ferment and make it consistent? So that's kind of what I'm trying to do. Yeah. Because remember, with fermentation, it's in the polone. You kind of want to. It's sugar and water and oxygen. So that's what you're working with to ferment the cigar. If it doesn't have enough water, you add water. If it doesn't have sugar, doesn't have enough oxygen, you change the polone. You know, so that's the tricky part. Is where the under fermentation would happen, and would I consistently be able to do that over and over again?
Now, I do have a question about the aging process and stuff. Now, obviously, you know, you're layering all this tobacco to those giant pilones like you're talking about, and you gotta flip them, you gotta switch them out, you know, you gotta move them every so often, because I hear the heat in those things gets tremendous.
They'll just combust by themselves.
Yeah. So have you ever been a part of that? Like, one of the factories you might have been working with, the people that you know, one of them is spontaneously caught on fire?
Luckily, no, because you would probably have to get the hell out of the factory as soon as possible. Because remember, everything's gonna burn. You know,
everything is designed to burn.
Yeah. So like everything is pilone. Like it's not a room with just one pilone. It's like a dozen, like hundreds of pilones in the room. So if one catches on fire, it's gonna be like a very like. Yeah, well, yeah, it's all dry. So that's what you're trying to get, is the dryness of that leaf, right? So now especially if the ones next to it are really dry or they're ready to go, then everything's just going to combust very easily. So no, they use a temperature gauge. It's like huge. It's like the length. It's like 6 feet long. It's as tall as me, and that's what they put into the polone to make sure it doesn't combust or catch on fire.
Ooh, that's intense.
Yeah.
All right, brother. That takes
All right,
us
man.
to our time for today. I didn't want to keep you too long. I know you got to get to Vegas. And
I just pulled off. I'm sitting in the car right now waiting to go.
All right, we'll let you get going. What do you call it? Is there any event coming up you want to make sure everybody knows about?
Not until next year, bro, but I'll let you guys know once. I'm hoping we could do one with you guys soon, so let's make it happen.
It's gonna happen. We got that. We got you. All right, brothers. Good
Oh,
talking to you. You have a safe drive, though. All right.
You two keep in touch. I'll see you guys. I think next week, right?
Yes.
Next week. Yeah.
Yep.
Awesome. I'll talk to you guys soon, man. Take it easy. Stay. Thanks for all the support, guys. Talk to you soon.
Appreciate it, brother. Right there.
Cool.
All right. So that is James, guys. For those who don't know, that's why we were talking to him. Sinistro Cigars in shop right now. We have the limited edition Lanceros here. They come in a box of 12, and you get 4 of each of the original core line of Sinistro. That's the Mr. Black, the Mr. White, Mr. Red.
Right.
And 4 Lanceros each. Wonderful combination. I definitely recommend picking up one of each. If you want to grab a box, well, don't, because I want some. Like that'll hurt my heart. But if you do,
order so we get some more.
If you do, share. That's all I'm saying. I want to get some of the comments real quick. I apologize though. Leo, the cigars are friggin' phenomenal. I'll bring them back on screen. This is what Frankie is smoking as of right now. It is. Come on, get on screen. There we go. The Mr. White Gold Edition. Wonderful cigar. Very dark, very flavorful. I wouldn't say it's too strong either. It's got some strength to it. Yes.
Yeah, and that's one thing you guys need to know about Sinistro cigars. Jen's blending these cigars, really to fit his flavor profile.
Yeah.
So nothing that he makes is gonna be light. It's definitely all gonna start at a medium and work its way up from there. But for people like me and a lot of other people that are out there, I'm sure Eduardo, as well as Miguel and Brian and the Janices, they all love heftier cigars. So if you were in that category, definitely trying one of these would be a thing to do. And again, they start off around medium and they work their way up.
Oh, absolutely. And then Leo's talking about his friend Mike Weller as his line, Table 36. And they had an event on Saturday night. That's awesome. I like hearing about cigar events. You guys ever have any that happen in your area? Let us know. Always want to hear about them, Obviously, if it's in another state, we can't go. But I want to make sure, hey, we still support. We put the word out there. Not a big deal.
Yeah, we did it for the Queen City cigar thing.
Yeah,
Charlotte. Yeah,
absolutely.
We did that.
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna be competition. No one's leaving Bakersfield to go to an event in Idaho anytime soon. I mean, if I could, I would. I really would, or wherever they are. But either way, I am glad to see. I'm glad it went well. And obviously, boom, right there, the Era Cigars. He got them to you. Very happy to hear that. I want to get Yanef on here when we bring them in to do basically the same thing we did with James. I would love to start doing that more often when the new line comes in to get the owner or the rep on camera with us to talk about them for a minute. They can't always stay on forever, guys. But if we can get them to say a few words and kind of give details that maybe we don't have on hand while we smoke it, because, I'm going to still do that. Yeah, that's not going to stop. I would absolutely love that. So if you guys enjoy that format, let me know. And then this idea was Frankie's a while back that I finally decided to get off my lazy butt and do was to have pictures of the cigars because, that's the wrong way. That's Brian. We have the Mr. Red and I believe you got the Toro and Rusto?
Toro and Rusto, yes.
Yeah, so right there you got both of those beautiful cigars. Now we're talking the Mr. Candela.
And that is the heaviest one he makes out of the 3 core blends.
I don't know why I keep thinking it's Mr. White.
No.
You're right, though. It goes black, white, red.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So I get those confused. Either way, all of them I love.
Yeah, they're fantastic.
So it's not like I'm going to be disappointed. It just depends on the strength level you want. If you want that San Andreas wrapper, because that is the Mexican San Andreas Maduro right there. Or the Lanceros. I actually got a better picture. Just the light was terrible right there. As you can see, they come in that pack. This one's already been broken into. That's Peter's fault. Yeah, you can all blame Peter for that one. And then, of course, one of my top favorites of all time, not just Sinistro, but of all cigars right here. One of my absolute favorites, the Last Cowboy Maduro.
Now,
the perfect size for it.
The Last Cowboy Connecticut is actually a cigar that has credits on IMDb. Because
oh my God, I
actually smoked a box of them while in production of Night Mistress.
You did a wonderful job. I'm very proud of you. Real quick, I never got with me about the Pariah deal. Oh, sorry, Eduardo, I apologize. You might want to wait for Friday though, brother, just for obvious reasons of what's coming up. So
we're doing Cyber Monday.
You want to do Cyber Monday?
Yeah, we'll do Cyber Monday.
Why don't we just do Friday to Monday deal? The whole weekend.
We'll do a weekend then.
We'll do a weekend deal.
Holiday weekend deal.
Yeah. I just wanted to we want to make sure we get you the best deal, right?
Every Bryant bundle you guys buy,
Trina
will throw in a cigar for her personal humidor.
Yes, her stash, not from Cigars, but from Trina directly. Along with, she will take a shot for every bundle you buy with us.
Of Everclear.
Never mind. No, I quit. I already quit. Tap out. No Everclear for Miguel. I've had it before. I'm good. Mm-mm. Okay, well.
Before we go though,
I'm back on board.
Got to get to that last question. How many did you end up with at the end of this cigar effect?
I'm very disappointed in myself for this. I only got 6 in. Frankie could see it in my face that I was slowing down from like number 4.
So he did a good job.
Forgot to eat that day.
He did a good job. So
and I started late.
Went to Brazilian barbecue or Brazilian steakhouse afterwards. It had some fantastic food, man. That was so good.
What do you call? Oh my gosh, that is delicious. It's a great spot.
Yeah.
Really awesome owners. I know it's a weird plug because we can't bring you all there. We can't ship you food from them.
Yeah.
But if you're in town, you should try them out. But other than that, I mean, this is not all we have new into the shop, guys. It's just I wanted to focus on this since we have the new brand in, basically. But we have more of the Ultra Q in. We've got the Buffalo Trace. Choshis are still going strong. We have a new Perdomo in a 6x70. Yeah, it's a really big cigar. They're moving very quickly, though. So if you want to try that, I know a lot of you are big Perdomo fans out there. Might be up your alley if you want a larger ring gauge cigar. Not tried it myself yet, but if it's Perdomo based, I'm not going to be disappointed.
And speaking of Lanceros, we do have Southern Draw Lanceros coming in. I did put another order in for more Lanceros from Viva La Vida. My father's going to be sending us some Lanceros as well.
Yes.
And I believe I'm going to be talking to Roma Crafter later this week and getting some in.
Some Lanceros from them? Or just okay. So it's a happy Thanksgiving for Miguel.
Yes, it is.
All right, but other than that, guys, y'all have a good one. We're gonna wrap it up for right now, but we'll see you Wednesday. Maybe a quick show Friday just to push the deal.
Yep.
But other than that, guys, y'all have a great Thanksgiving. If we don't see you before then, stay safe. Have a lot of turkey on us. We'll
Happy
see
Turkey Day, everybody.
Happy Turkey Day, indeed. All right, guys, y'all have a good one.
Here, guys.